Okay guys, buckle your seatbelts because today we have a long video ahead of us. We're going to be covering the new game mode for Naruto Ultimate Ninja Blazing, which is Ninja Road. This released on JP on Friday of me recording this video, and everyone put out a gameplay of it, but no one has covered it the way I normally cover it. And if you have never watched any of my raid reviews, I go through it, I break down the damages and the health of the bosses, what spawns where, the weak points, the jutsus. I go over all that. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go through all that detail with this because there are so many stages and so much information to go over, so bear with me. If anything, I will do a in-depth single stage or multiple stages at one time in-depth review of them, because I know a lot of people are having trouble with stages 15 through 20, so I may go through those in a later video once it releases over on global. So a big shout out to the Reddit for the bosses damage and their health. I needed those from the Reddit because I haven't done the raid myself, so I can't test it myself. And also big shout out to Second Steven. I don't know his actual name, I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, so look down in the description below or the comment section to see if he does. But Second Steven is the guy from my Discord. Normally what I do is I ask another YouTuber or viewer to send me screenshots of the raid when it releases on JP so I can review it early, because y'all know I don't play JP. So he supplied me with gameplay, not screenshots. He supplied me with a full-on gameplay from stage 1 all the way to stage 20. Unfortunately, it doesn't have him buying anything out of the Baba shop. I can go over that in a different video though. And also he has already used his dupe stone, so that video will have to be saved until it comes out on global and I get my own. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the basic information that we have for this raid, well, this new game mode. So one, every run costs you 20 stamina. There are 20 stages, and for every 5 stages there is a boss. The bosses are all skill units. They consist of GAMEMODE, then Shikaku, then Manda, and then finally the Ninetales. Ninetales is hard as fuck, by the way. Now the really cool thing about this is normally we have a team cost and we can only bring 1 team per raid, but this time we can actually bring 3 full teams, or you can bring all 6 stars if you want, if you're able to do that. So you can bring 18 6 stars and you can make 3 full teams. Team cost does not matter, and you can run this raid. Now the reason for this is since there are 20 stages, as you progress it gets a lot harder. So if you die with your first team, you have the option of switching to your second or third team, and then once you die with all 3 of your teams, then you automatically lose and there are no continues allowed. But you can also, between stages, let's say we go from stage 1 to stage 2, you are able to switch teams every stage, so that way if you know what every stage has, which you should by the end of this video, then you can prepare teams for what stages need what. Each team has their own dedicated HP bar, so pretty much if you lose 1,000 health in one team and the other team has full health or has never been used yet, they will have full health and the normal starter jutsus. Now once you start a stage, unless you die, you cannot switch your teams, so make sure you start with the team you want. Also, when you face a boss, you're able to get certain buffs to help you later on. They last for 10 turns or so, and we'll be going over all those when we cover the actual boss battles. So wave 1 consists of 3 skill mobs, and once you kill them, another 3 skill mobs will come in. Now wave 1 and wave 2 are pretty much filler stages. Start off with whatever team you want, get their chakra all the way up, and then we move on to stage 2 once you kill those mobs. They are very easy, don't even worry about them. Stage 2, you have poison on the left and right walls. There are 4 heart mods. Now these mods, this stage, like I said, another filler stage, so start it off with a different team than you started the first stage off, so you can get all your chakra built up. Wave 1, you have 3 body type mods. Each of them has about 2,500 health, and only one of them does a AoE jutsu. Now once you kill these mobs, you actually have your first set of actual people you face. Aruka Sensei spawns in, Baki spawns in, and Kaku. I don't know how you say his name. I know him as Fetty Wap Creator, but you'll see it on screen. All of them have about 3,000 HP. Baki and Fetty Wap Creator are short range. Aruka is a mid range, and Aruka is the only one that can do an AoE jutsu. Again, this is another filler stage. Just farm up your last team's chakra. You won't need to stall at all, so just go ahead and kill them off and move on to the next stage. With stage 4, you have more people spawning in. You have Duso, Zaku, and Kin. I have no clue how to pronounce these people's name. I have a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, so do not hate me for it. They all have 5,000 HP. They all do AoE jutsus except for Kin, which is the girl. She does a single target jutsu. Once again, they don't do a lot of damage. You will take a lot of damage if you letting them keep hitting you, but you shouldn't have to use any ninjutsu to kill these units. Now, stage 4 has a chance of spawning a rare map. Now, with this rare map, if you beat it, you get extra Baba Shot points, but it doesn't always spawn ends. But I'm gonna cover it anyway. I don't know if I have any gameplay of it, but I'm going to cover it. The rare map, you have the enemies are Naruto, Ibisu, again, don't know how to say names, and Konohamaru. They all have 4,000 to 5,000 HP. They're all mid-range units, and none of them should use a ninjutsu. Now, stage 5, we have our first boss fight. Now, I'm not going to break down these boss fights like I would in a regular normal impact raid, because we've seen all these people in an impact raid before, except for Shukaku, but he has been in a story mission, which is the boss fight there is actually just like an impact raid. So I'm not going to go over their weak points, the jutsus they use, because I've already covered it, look in a previous video, and most players already know this. But with that being said, the boss fight goes exactly along with the impact raid. So stage 5 boss, you have GAMEMODE. He has about 50,000 HP, so you can one-shot him with a fully charged one tail if you chose to, or you can just weaken him with heart units. He only does 300 damage, and his only ninjutsu is water bullet, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. But the boss buff, after killing GAMEMODE, you are given a buff that makes you immune to slip damage, immobilization, and sealing for 15 turns. So this is really good. Now with this being said, let's say Team 1 gets this boss buff. If you decide to switch to Team 2, that buff will stay on that team till you use them again, I believe. So let's say you use Team 2 or Team 3 for the rest of the time, and you switch back to Team 1. Let's say on the final stage, you should still have this buff for you. Stage 5, you have 3 wisdom mobs, each of them with 4,000 HP. And once you kill them, wave 2 spawns in. You have Kimimaro, you have Haku, and you have Orochimaru. Each of them has 11k health, except for Orochimaru, which has 15k. And Haku is the only one that does an AoE jutsu. They all do about 500 damage a piece. Kimimara's ninjutsu has a chance to immobilize. Haku's jutsu has a chance of sealing, and Orochimaru's jutsu has a chance of slip damage. So that's where the first boss buff comes into play with this. Now for this, I suggest that you might want to leave Haku last, because since she is only the one that can seal and doesn't really do any, she doesn't cause slip damage, she has the less amount of health, and she can immobilize you. She'll be the easiest one to take care of in my opinion. And also, you should run the team that you used from the last boss battle, because you won't need to use ultimate ninjutsu for that, but you may have to use a regular ninjutsus, so you may need to salt and get your HP up a little bit, and also get your chakra up. Next, you have 2 skill mobs, and Tayuya and Kirimaru. Tayuya does an AoE jutsu, and Kirimaru does an immobilization jutsu. Just go ahead and kill them off. They're not too big of a problem. Tayuya has 12k health, and Kirimaru has 11k health. Wave 2 triggers when you kill Kirimaru. So if you kill Kirimaru first, then wave 2 will spawn in with wave 1 still there, so kill him last. They spawn in with 2 more skill mobs, and Curse Mark Tayuya and Curse Mark Kirimaru, each having 15k health. Again, Tayuya only does AoE jutsu that can immobilize, and Kirimaru does an immobilization jutsu. Stage 8, you have Asuma, Kakashi, and Guy that spawns in. Asuma and Kakashi has 21k health, and Guy has 20k health. Asuma is the only one that does a AoE jutsu. Kakashi's jutsu has a chance to immobilize, and Guy's jutsu does 1015 damage. Stage 9, wave 1, you face Shikaku, Choza, and Inuichi, each of them having 18k health. Shikaku does a single target jutsu, Choza is AoE, and Inuichi is a attack reduction jutsu. Now once you just go ahead and kill them off, and then once you kill them, wave 2 spawns in with Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. Ino, all of them having 15k health. Ino does a single target jutsu, Shikamaru immobilizes, and Choji does an AoE jutsu. Stage 10, which is the second boss. Remember, all bosses are skill units in this raid. The boss is Shukaku. He has 63k health. He only does 306 damage, and his Sky Bullet, which is his ninjutsu, does 1530 damage, and once you beat him, his damage buff is double damage for 10 turns, which is pretty fucking good. Stage 11, you have some poison on the map, so make sure you just avoid it or knock your enemies into it. Wave 1, you face Gara, which he has about 5k health, and he does 250 damage, and he has a single target jutsu. Then you have wave 2 spawns in, which is Sasori. He has about 5k health. He has a single target jutsu that does give you slip damage and does 850 damage. Now shout out to the Reddit for this part. Note that only the poison 500 damage jutsus or strong normal attack combos will do damage. Anything else does only 1 damage. So make sure when you're fighting the Sasori that you're doing team combos or jutsus. You can't just single hit him. Make sure you're comboing. Wave 3, you have another Gaara, which is his half Jinchuriki form, which it has about 5k health, and he has an AoE jutsu that does a good amount of damage, so try to avoid it. And same thing with the last round, but the only difference is that you have to use ultimate jutsus to deal damage. Anything else does 1 damage. So Sasori, you can hit him with a combo and do damage, but you cannot with this Gaara. You have to use ultimates. Now, a good thing about with this map, you do have to use jutsus and ultimate ninjutsus, but a lot of HP and chakra bottles spawn on this map and they charge up, so make sure you save them until they get to the 3-pill form, pick them up, and you should be fine. And you can also stall if you need to. Stage 12, there's poison on map on the whole left and right side with gaps for enemies to stand in. The enemies will not move and they only use straight line AoE jutsu, which are avoidable, so if you know they're about to use the jutsu, just move out their way. The poison on the left side of the map will disappear and come back at random. The enemies in this map are Rin, Hashi, Zabuza, and Hiruzen, all having 25k health except for Rin. She has 28k, and she has a large rectangle ultimate AoE jutsu, and the rest just have a regular AoE jutsu. A little tip with this map: if you put your character right on top of them, it will push them into the poison and they will not move, and you can kill them very fast this way. Stage 13, you have 2 body mobs, 3 skill mobs, and 3 heart mobs, all mid-range units with 10k HP apiece. If you need to stall, just save one, but AoE attackers or long range comboers are really necessary for this. So for this stage, I would suggest someone like Jiraiya, or if you're going for the combo attacks, you could use a Itachi and Minato to combo them until they die. Stage 14, you have Tsunade, Rin, and Sakura. Tsunade's HP is unknown right now. I look at the Reddit for this and it's not there, so I'm sorry for that. Rin and Sakura though do have 30k health, and since everyone's health has been semi-close, as it looks like within 2 to 5,000 HP, I'm guessing Tsunade has more than 30k health. Tsunade is the only one that can do an AoE heal and herself. The other two just heal an ally or herself. Kill Tsunade first, because since she can do an AoE heal, she will heal for a lot. So you want to kill her before she can start healing others. Now remember, next stage is the boss fight, so if you use ultimate ninjutsus to kill these people, which you can, make sure you stall for this boss fight. Stage 15, which is the boss fight, you have Manda with 1,115k health, which is a lot so far. His movesets is Fangs, which does 738 damage, and Snake Spear that does 800 damage. Now you can kill these body parts. I think you can kill the tail. I'm not too sure though, so don't quote me on that one. But the way the impact rate worked for this one was you just did all the damage as you could before he killed you, and I also believe you could immobilize him, so you could try that strat as well. The boss buff for this is gain 2 chakra per turn for 20 turns. Stage 16, you have your first chakra up field effect. It's in front of the enemy, so make sure you can go stand in front of them to get your chakra up, but this stage is hard. Stage 16 and on are the hardest ones. Wave 1, you have Might Guy with 55k health, and his moveset is a single target ninjutsu. And you might be saying, you know, that's not too hard. Well, you have 4 turns to kill him, because if he gets his single target jutsu off, you automatically die, because it does 12k damage, and there's no way to set up a team to have that much HP. Now, once you kill my guy, I don't know exactly how you would kill him, by just ultimating him left and right until he dies. Wave 2 spawns in, which is Lee. Lee has 55k health as well. He has a single target ninjutsu that also does 12k damage, and you have 4 turns before he does it. And also, let me comment on this: using CM2 Sasuke will not work on this, because I'm pretty sure that it doesn't get affected by perfect dodges, that it will go through a perfect dodge. So let me just make that clear. And the chakra up spots in front of both of them when you spawn in, you're able to stand in it and it recovers 4 chakra when it's your turn. So using a lot of ultimates is very likely here, so make sure you try to do that. Stage 17 spawns in, and it spawns in with a one-tailed Naruto and CM2 Sasuke, both with 50k health. Now I don't know exactly how many turns it is, but after a certain amount of turns, they will show a danger. If you get that danger and you do not kill them before they use their ninjutsu, they will one-shot you just like Lee and Mike Guy, so you need to watch out for that. Now the Reddit is saying that you can stall here, but I don't suggest really stalling too much, especially if they can one-shot you. But they do suggest killing one right off the bat would help a lot. Just pick one, kill them as fast as you can, then whittle the other one's health down while you're stalling, and when he gets the danger pop up, just automatically kill him. Now since there's not a set number of turns that they can use their ultimate ninjutsu, this may backfire on you, especially if you move away and it gets a danger 1 and you only have 1 unit to attack with, then you're automatically dead. So this whole stage, if you just want to nuke both of them and get them out the way, that is up to you. Stage 18, you have poison medium area on the right. Now this poison area is right behind the actual units. Now this is area where you want a Madara. A Madara will help you so much on this stage, it is unbelievable. Minato, Tsunade, Tobirama, Hashirama, and Hiruzen spawn in on this map. They all only have 800 HP, but they all do a lot of damage. Minato and Tsunade do single target jutsus, Tobirama and Hashirama do AoE jutsus, and Hiruzen also does a AoE jutsu, but they all do over 1,000 damage apiece. Now there's a easy way to do this stage, and it blows my mind they made it this easy, but this is where the new push effect or not back effect comes into play. Like I said, you can use Madara's ultimate ninjutsu and hit all of them and push them all back into the poison, because if you get into poison, they automatically die. Or you can bring pushers or people with just not back ninjutsus and use them to knock them into the poison as well. Or you can use tanks and dodgers to lure them into the poison, because if you can get them into the poison, then they will automatically die. But Madara is the main one that you will want for this stage. I'm a struggle because I haven't pulled Madara yet. Rip my life. Stage 19, you have a chakra up spot. Whole left wall gives you 5 chakra back, and a poison on the tiny area on the right side. With the normal map, you have the 4-tailed Naruto spawning in with 45k health. He does a full map AoE attack for 9,750 damage. Now that 9,750 damage goes per unit, so you have only 3 turns to kill him, or he will literally fuck you. Now since this is the last stage before the boss, whatever team you set up to fight the Ninetales, which is the final boss, do not use that team here. You have HP and chakra bottles to restore your health, but since you only have 3 turns to kill him, if you don't kill him within the 3 turns, you are dead and that team is wiped. And you definitely want to have all your teams ready for that final boss battle, or at least 2 teams. Now this map has a chance of spawning a rare stage. Now this one is so much easier than the actual stage. So their enemies are Naruto, Ibisi, and Konohamaru, the same ones from the earlier rare stage. They only have 4,000 HP and EBC has 5,000 HP, and they only do 200 damage apiece. So really, you could, if you get this stage, you are lucky because you can stall all you want, get your HP max, and also get your ultimate ninjutsus. And now once you kill them, if you get the normal map or the easy stage, you will spawning into the final boss fight. Now if you made it this far, you have done a great job. Now we're on to stage 20, which is the final boss fight. This boss fight is insane. It is the Ninetales. The Ninetales has 2 weak points unlike the other ones. The Ninetales main body, which is the one you have to kill, has 140k health, and its moveset is Swipe and Tailed Beast Bomb. Now, the Swipe isn't too worrisome, especially even if it hits all of you, all your units, is only going to do 1,500 damage. But Tailed Beast Ball does 3,400 per unit it hits. And also, you can get in the safe spot at the top left corner. Like I said, it works just like the actual raid. But however, the 4-hit can hit that area, which is Tailed Beast Ball, and it has 35k HP and does 4,000 damage. Now, the best person you can use it for this is the OG Minato, like you use in the regular Ninetales raid, to get that 4-hit taken out, because he is one of the only people that can actually hit the 4-hit. But another really good unit for this is the Yukito, which I'm really happy because I've decided to limit break her for once. I'm about halfway done. Yukito, if you get her max level, especially max level or decently leveled up through the limit break, and you give her an attack boost, her ultimate will do a lot of damage to the forehead, and you should be able to kill it in almost one shot. Now finally, like I do with every one of my raid review videos, I go over a team that you should run. But since there are 3 teams for this and that there's so many different units here, I couldn't think of teams to build besides AoE attackers. Thankfully, the Reddit has a full list of each team that you should set up and everything, and has all the units you can run on that team. So big shout out to the fucking Reddit. And I'm just going to read them off, and you can take it for what you want and set up your team accordingly. So for team 1, they have it as their AoE team. Since there aren't many heart types in this raid, you shouldn't really have to want to bring a body unit, because you want to get any damage boost from it. And really, you'll be doing a lot less damage and taking more damage because there are a lot of skill units. But the recommendations for the AoE team is Itachi, Raid Itachi, Sasori, Karen Sasuke, Kakazu, Shippuden Sasuke, Heart Tamari, Raid Jiraiya, Yamato, Obito, Kazakage, Gaara, I had really hard time saying that fucking name, Neji, and Hiruzen. Alternatives for that team is Sasuke, the regular beginner 6-star, emergency mission Sakon, and Shippuden Naruto. Now all these teams are fucking 6-star units, because really to finish this all the way, you're gonna need a full team of 18 6-stars. I would believe you may be able to pass it off with some 5-stars. I'm not too sure about that though. Now team 2, they have it as their single target nuke / pusher / tank / dodge, and the recommendations for this is Minato, One Tail Naruto, Rock Lee, Chidori Sasuke, Kamui Kakashi, Zabuza, Bravery Kakashi, Shippuden Naruto, Sage Mode Jiraiya, Conan, CM2 Sasuke, Choji, Dodge Kakashi, Gift Naruto, Gift Minato, and Sugetsu. And the final team is the Boss Killer team, which is mainly heart units. You have Madara, Yutaka, Yukito, Kid Kakashi, Hiruzen, Karen Sasuke, Bundle Sasuke, Naruto, Tsunade, Chirikyu, Raid Orochimaru, Itachi, Deidara, Phantom Castle, Naruto for the attack boost, Obito for the attack boost, and also Korean for the attack boost. Now guys, this has been one of the longest videos I've ever done. If you want any more information about this, make sure you hit me up down in the comment section below, or on Twitter, or on Discord. All will be linked down below. And anyway guys, I'll see you the fuck later. Peace.